हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनर्स पॉइंट में आपका स्वागत है। और अभी हम कर रहे हैं पॉलिटी का क्लास 7th है और चैप्टर 4 यहाँ तक कहीं तक कर लिया था। कहाँ तक कर लिया था यहाँ तक कर लिया था। ठीक है, ये अब इससे करेंगे आगे। इट्स along with the jati there is another category, that of varna, a concept that emerged from Vedic text. There were 4 varnas. Brahman were engaged in preserving and spreading knowledge and in performance of rituals. Kshatriya were expected to defend the society and the land and to engage in warfare if necessary. Vaishya were supposed to increase the society's wealth through occupations of trade and business or agriculture. Finally, Shudra were the artisans, craftspeople, workers or servants. There is historical evidence, both in text and inscription, that in the early period individuals and communities changed their professional occupations if circumstances demanded. For instance, a long drought or some natural calamity could force a community of farmers to migrate to a city and take up other occupations, or some Brahmins would turn to trade or even military activities. This complex system structured Indian society, organized its activities, including economic ones, and therefore gave it some stability. In time, however, the system became rigged and led to inequalities and discrimination towards the lower jatis or some communities excluded from the Varn Jati system. This process will be studied in a higher grades. The Varn Jati system has had a deep impact on Indian society, and generations of scholars have studied its countless aspects. There is a board agreement that the system was significantly different, more flexible, in particular in earlier periods, and become more rigged with the passage of time, in particular during the British rule in India. Let us also keep in mind that while Varna Jati has been an important mechanism at work in Indian society, it is not the only one. There have been many others, some of which we will explore later, especially in the theme our cultural heritage and knowledge traditions. Developments elsewhere in India. In this first millennium BCE, important communication routes opened up for purpose of trade, pilgrimage, military campaigns, etc. Two routes become widely used and are often mentioned in the literature: the Uttarapath and the Dakshinapath. The first connected the northwest region to the Ganga plains all the way to eastern India. The second started from Kaushambi near Prayagraj, then a capital of one of the Mahajanpadas, and crossed the Vindhya range of hills to proceed all the way south. We will return to these routes when we explore the formation of empires in India. Shashi Shishupalagra, today a suburb of Bhubaneswar, first excavated in 1948, one of the gateways into the city through the fortifications. The moat, full of water, is visible outside the gateway. Notice the narrowing in the gateway for control of movement of people and goods. Many little roads also connected with the other parts of India, especially important ports on the western and eastern coast, which were vibrant centers of trade. In the eastern region, major cities emerged, such as Shishupalagra. Today, Shishupalagra, part of Bhubaneswar, which was the capital of the Kalinga region and followed a strict square ground plan with imposing fortifications and broad streets. In the subcontinent's southern regions, cities begin emerging from about 400 BCE, although recent excavations claim to find some signs of commercial activities going further back. Around this time, three kingdoms emerged: the Cholas, the Chairs, and the Pandyas. इधर आ जाएगा हड़प्पन, जनपदास, महाजनपदास, ये सब. Shell and gemstones industries at the site of Kodumanal near Erode, Tamil Nadu. Apart from archaeological evidence, the most ancient Tamil literature mentions those kingdoms and several of their kings. Because the southern regions are rich in resources such as precious and semi-precious stones, gold, and spices. They probably traded not only with the rest of India but also with kingdoms and empires overseas. By 300 or 200 BCE, almost the entire subcontinent, including regions in the northeast, was one vibrant interconnected land. Goods and culture traveled from region to region and often beyond India to parts of Central and Southeast Asia. About the same time, the Mahajanpadas ceased to exist, leaving the place to fresh developments that were going to reshape India. Before we move on, from the end of the second millennium BCE, Janpadas rose in parts of north and central India. They were smaller states with a Raja at the head taking counsel from an assembly of elders. The 16 Mahajanpadas were the first organized states of the first millennium BC. They witnessed the second urbanization of India, which spread in all directions from the Ganga region the way of all the way to South India. By 300 BCE or so, the Mahajanpadas ceased to exist. In the same period, a vast network of roads connected north and south, east and west, and eventually all regions of the subcontinent. People, goods, ideas and teachings traveled along all those roads. ठीक है, और इसी के साथ ही चैप्टर हो जाता है समाप्त.